Okay, so I finished this sketchbook yesterday, and I thought I'd just record a YouTube video where I just go through it and just explain how things happen, because I do appreciate when artists do share their thought process and do share their ideas and what they were thinking when they were doing something, even when they share their art supplies and all of that. So I thought I'd just go through this sketchbook and have a more of a commenting session on it. And at the end of the video, I'm going to just have a flip through. So if you're not interested in hearing me talk about every single page, you can just scroll to the very end, and I'm going to timestamp it, and you can just watch the flip through. So I'm going to put you in the overhead camera, and we can start. Alright, so I put you in the overhead camera, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to start with commenting on each page, or most pages, and towards the end of the video, I'm going to just put like the timestamp of the flip through without me commenting. Hopefully with some music. So I'm going to start with the first page. So the first page, I was just swatching some of the soft pastels that I have. I think I have it here. So it's the dark shades of the pastel, and to be honest, I haven't been using them that much. Like, unlike my other pastel colors, they are fairly new, and I haven't been using them because they have been a little bit too dark, and I think it's probably because I left them in the box, because I don't usually keep my pastels like that. Actually, since I'm saying it, let me just take them outside of the box and just add them to my pastel stash. This way, like, I can get like more use of them, because they don't work well together, because obviously they are all too dark. So I need to just put them with the other pastel colors, so I can use them as blacks, or I use them to create shadows and stuff like that. So bananas is something that I have been drawing and painting and sketching over and over again for, and I don't know why, but I just I'm going with it. So I started by just having like one banana, and then over time I started to challenge myself by having a bundle of bananas. I try to still keep them as loose as I can, and yeah, to just draw them over and over again. I do like how this turned out. Like, I think I do like using the dots of the bananas as lines, and to use them as some kind of pattern. I think it just adds a little bit more interest. The glass of water is also something that I want to paint more of, or I want to like sketch more of, without asking myself why. If you don't already know, I work with clay, so sometimes I do use like my sketchbook to sketch a shape, or to kind of break a shape down, because I do a lot of hand building. I do like how this kind of turned out. Like, I like that it has a little bit of lightness, and it has a little bit of the movement of the brush strokes. So I feel like this is a little bit more playful than the other ones. So I definitely want to do like more of this. Another vase. I also did a lot of cups that had the faces of women on them, or people on them. So I wanted to sketch that, and I think I really do enjoy charcoal, or graphite, I think. I don't know. Anyways, so I like how this turned out. I think I want to do more of the shape. It's very similar to the other one that I actually liked. This one, the same or a similar shape. Okay, moving forward. All right, so this is a banana that I'm excited about. Like, it's a banana that I really like the way that it was done, like even this area over here. So I feel like I want to try to redo this again with different backgrounds, maybe, or different materials. I want to try doing it in acrylic gouache, or with acrylic colors, and maybe with pastel. So I want to do more of this. So I need to probably with some kind of marker on it. I'm just going to put this pencil here. More clay objects. All right, another subject that I have been doing a lot of is women, or people. So I started by just having a simple blob on the page, and I just make it into a face without a neck, just like floating faces. And over time, I think this is why I really like to draw or paint the same thing over and over again. I heard this advice from another YouTuber who I think his name is Struts or something like that. The advice I think that he gave, that I think he took from another artist, anyways, that to draw the same subject matter over and over again, and then like you're gonna learn something from it. And I do agree with this tip, because I did it and I feel like I'm just happy with where I ended up with it. Now I'm more comfortable drawing people, and I feel like I want to push it further. This is my favorite color, or my favorite kind of colored pencil, and I almost kind of used it up completely, and I think it works like very well with this style. This is also another one that I actually like. I did it in Trinity Bellwoods. I think I like the fact that it's more loose instead of being like the very rigid shapes that I used to do, or I still do sometimes. More people. I really like how I change the color pencil every time, and I think it just made it a little bit more interesting by having some of it in like blue and some of it in the black. This is how I was trying to draw like the bananas loose, and I think I really like how I'm over time trying to like kind of simplify the shape or have this pattern, but it's not static. Grumpy woman. Alright, so I like how I did this bundle, because I really like, because one of the problem areas for me is where all of the bananas actually meet, and I tried it to like paint it or like sketch it in like different ways, but I like this way. Like I like that it just kind of get rid of the problem is the easiest, laziest way is just to have this stroke here. So this is how I started with the bananas, is just to have just one banana that doesn't even exactly look like a banana. Like bananas don't usually have this line here, but I was just substituting this neck for this line. And then over time I started to like challenge myself to do the bundles. So if you notice, like I don't go in like when I'm sketching, I just go to like random pages and jump backwards and forwards. So yeah, I like when I use like different colors, and I think that I want to do like more of this. Like I want to try it with acrylic gouache and then going over it with the colored pencil. More experimentation. So yeah, I think this is how I just use like the sketchbook to experiment with the same subject matter over and over again, and then over time I think like things start to get looser, which I like. More grumpy looking women. I also like that over time I started to like have these scribbles of like different colors on the neck, and what I like is that I started to do this very quick cap. So as I said, over time when I stopped thinking too much, because I think that every time that you do something different, well you have to kind of think about it and to break it down, and to like you do more thinking than when you're doing the same subject matter over and over again, because over time like you stop thinking and you start doing. And I think that when you start doing and you get over your overthinking, or when I get over my overthinking, I feel like I start to enjoy what I'm seeing. More bananas. This is also a subject matter that I draw a lot of, because I've been I've been buying some flowers and roses and just putting them in a vase. I haven't been painting them exactly the same, like they look very different, like the vase is not actually green and the flowers are not always red, but it's also a subject matter that I feel like I want to keep doing. So you see like the difference between this area over here and here, and also here. I think like this way is my favorite so far. I like the lazy girl methods. Alright, so I like how I started to like draw it in a little bit of a loose way. Like it doesn't even look like a banana anymore, but I still like it. Like I think that I want to do a little bit more of the shape, that you draw the thing kind of over and over again until like it starts to look like something else. And I think I like this whole putting the yellow in the background and just having like simple lines. Clay pots. Here I think I was trying the oil pastels, which is something that I'm still trying to kind of figure out, because it's very sticky and very difficult to like maneuver, because like your hands get really dirty. And the stickiness kind of makes it much more the stickiness makes it much more difficult to work with. This is another one I did upside down. I used to get really upset when I find a page that is upside down, but now I don't really care about it. Here I was using black ink with a brush to like do the strokes. I like how this turned out. Here probably some charcoal with the brush and ink again, and here with the oil pastels. As I said, I'm not crazy about my oil pastels, because I feel like I'm still like, I like this area here, but I feel in general it's just a little bit difficult to work with, so I feel like I need to push myself more with it. And then sometimes I just draw or like paint or sketch like part of the banana, which doesn't always look like a banana after all, but I'm trying to push it. I like the movement here. Not sure if I like this one at all. This I think I was practicing from Pinterest or something like that. I was trying to draw Gavin like my cat, and I like this style when the perspective is a little bit crooked, so I was practicing this style, and then did the background in oil pastel, but then I sprayed it. Another way of doing, I think I prefer this way than the other ways, because it's like much kind of simpler, and I like the whole hatching style, or I feel like I want to push it further. I think this is a replica of this one, just like trying different colors. This is more realistic of the vase, but I don't like it. I think I'm gonna have to like try it again. I don't have to like every single page of my sketchbook, because sometimes it turns out well and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes I use like my sketchbook to send messages to myself or to kind of motivate myself. I remember here like I was really depressed and I felt alone, so I wrote this message to myself. Again, like the subject of the glass, I feel like I want to do more of it. Clay vessels. I think I was trying to sketch Gavin, like he always has this worried look. Here I think I was trying to sketch this one and make it look a little bit distorted, but I didn't do it very well, so it didn't end up nice. More bananas. I think this was done by another artist and I was copying it, but I don't remember the original artist's name. I think he's an Asian or Japanese artist. If I find the name, I'm gonna put it in the description box. I was sketching faces. I like how these turned out. So the oil pastels, I feel like they're good in these kind of touches, but when I do the whole thing with oil pastel, it just becomes a little bit muddy. But these were done with oil pastels, so I was trying to like draw it with different faces and whatnot. I don't like it. I like how this one turned out. I think I want to do more clay pots and clay vases. Moz mustawi. So I really like to write it in Arabic, which is my first language. More bananas. Here I think I was playing with creating pattern, but not a static pattern, like a moving pattern, so there's a little bit element of interest. Another very surprised woman. Scribbles. Upside down. I think this is one of the first bananas that I painted, so you can tell that it was a little bit rigid before I started to be more fluid. Yeah, so this is a banana from last year, and all the other loose bananas are from this year, so I can see that I was trying, or I was starting to loosen up a little bit. It took only 1 year. More people. I like to, when I started to like add the teeth and the chin, and that's it. So like, subscribe, and do all the things. Thank you.